Don't miss any content. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell.
Guys, welcome back to the channel. As usual, I am your host Selassie Fiawi. Today we're going to do a major throwback. The legend himself, Baby Jet Asamoah Gyan, has been a topic of discussion for quite a while now. If you've been following this channel closely, I've been talking about him extensively. Many people calling for him to retire, many people calling for him to get a testimonial, many people calling for him not to challenge his body. It's his time. He's a legend. You don't retire legends. So much has been said about the man. A lot of people failing to acknowledge that he's a record goal scorer. He was an amazing servant to the Ghana Black Stars, an amazing servant to the country of Ghana, an amazing servant to all of us, with giving us amazing moments when he was wearing the Ghana Black Stars jersey and his club football jerseys. And I have to say, give great reverence to the man who has been a legend in his own right. Today we're going to look at some amazing moments for Baby Jet Asamoah Gyan in the Ghana Black Stars jersey. It's quite surreal that his time is up with the Black Stars in terms of age, not because he might not be called up, but he is in the twilight of his career, and he has given us so many moments to cheer. There have been moments to cry about also alongside that, but I choose to focus on the positive when it comes to talking about former players. He has given us more cheerful moments than sad ones, even though the sad ones might be so more painful. But let's not forget that he has given us many times to cheer about, and it's time to acknowledge that. Now, Baby Jet Asamoah Gyan made his debut for the Black Stars in 2003 in a World Cup qualifier game against Somalia. He came on as a substitute and he scored his first goal from the substitute bench, his first goal on his debut. That must have been some amazing time to him. When asked about what his best goal was, he says his best goal was his first goal for the Ghana Black Stars, and it was his goal against Somalia in that World Cup 2006 qualifier game at the Accra Sports Stadium. Without much ado, we'll jump into the moments, our top 5 moments in no particular order. I'll start off from the 2010 World Cup game versus United States of America in the round of 16 of Africa's first World Cup hosted here on the continent in South Africa. And that lead up to that game, it was reported that Asamoah Gyan had a bout of malaria, but you would not even know it from the way he played in that game. The moment was when he scored that winner versus the United States round. Got a ball on his chest, controlled it, and it looked like he was about to fall down before he hammered it into the back of the net past Tim Howard with his left foot. I have to say, I remember that moment quite clearly. I was in secondary school, I think, and we were watching it as a group, and you could have seen me jumping up and down over there. It was an amazing moment for the Ghana Black Stars. It was our second time at the World Cup, and it was that goal that took us into the quarterfinal for the first time in our history. We all know what happened in the quarterfinal. Let's not go there. Let's focus on this amazing moment of joy and elation that we got from Baby Jet Asamoah Gyan's winner in extra time, after Kevin Prince Boateng had given Ghana the lead in this game earlier on. So that is moment number 5. Number 4 was the 2014 World Cup. Yes, the 2014 World Cup will be remembered for a lot of things, and not about amazing or memorable moments, but the 2014 World Cup was one of Ghana's worst World Cups in the 3 World Cups that we have been into. It was embroidered with issues with players not getting paid their monies on time, fighting in camp, Sule Muntari and Kevin Prince Boateng, the scapegoats at the end of the day. But in all of this, there was a bright light in one corner for Asamoah Gyan. He got a goal for Ghana in the final game defeat to Cristiano Ronaldo's Portugal. In that game, Asamoah Gyan got a consolation goal for Ghana, which meant that he now scored 6 goals. Yes, 6 goals was a record because no African player had scored 6 goals in a World Cup before. 6 goals throughout a World Cup campaign. That goal made him the highest goal scorer African in the World Cup with 6 goals. I know most people would not remember that because during the 2014 World Cup, it was an abysmal time for Ghana Black Stars, Ghana football in general. The lack of pay, it talks about the players getting their money on time, players refusing to train. Coach Kwesi Appiah has talked about all this extensively in his book, which I have narrated to you in a separate video. I'll leave a link to it here so you can watch and understand the full story behind that 2014 World Cup debacle. But behind the scenes, unknowingly to anyone, Asamoah Gyan made another milestone. He got 6th goal in World Cup history, the highest African goal scorer at a World Cup. My next moment goes into 2006. Yes, 2006 FIFA World Cup. That was Ghana's first World Cup, and it was quite interesting to note that I think one of the players, former Ghana Black Stars players, said it in an interview that in playing for the World Cup qualifiers, they did not even know at the time they qualified that they had qualified for the World Cup. Their minds were not on the points on the group table or anything. Their minds were all on the games. One game at a time. And now in 2006, Ghana made it for the very first time into the World Cup, and I was amazingly elated by that. It was the first time I was going to see my country at the World Cup. Being an avid follower of football, it was a great honor. I had watched the 2002 World Cup, were in awe of many of the teams that were at that tournament, Brazil especially. It was great to support my country of birth once again, and unfortunate for me, in our first game against Italy, we lost that game. We lost 2-0 to Italy, who later on went on to win the tournament. But in our second game against number 2 ranked Czech Republic, something amazing happened. Asamoah Gyan found the back of the net in 2 minutes against the match decorated, the match highly rated goalkeeper in Peter Cech. Asamoah Gyan found the back of the net after a looping pass from Captain Stephen Appiah into the Ghanaian. He chested it down on the edge of the penalty box, and with his left foot again, into the back of the net, past the diving Peter Cech. He could do nothing about it, and that was the fastest goal in that World Cup in 2006. The first goal by Ghana in World Cup history was scored by Baby Jet Asamoah Gyan. Amazing. The next one is in AFCON 2010 versus Nigeria. In the lead up to this AFCON, Ghana presented a relatively young side, including the likes of Kojo Asamoah, Dominic Adia, who had just won the Under-20 World Cup with the Under-20 side, and also Andre Ayew. These were really young players, along with Asamoah Gyan and Stephen Appiah and the likes. They were the young players who were sent to this World Cup, and many people did not expect them to do as well. But in 2010, in this game against Nigeria, Asamoah Gyan popped up and found the back of the net to secure Ghana's place in the final of the African Cup of Nations. They, however, lost in the end to Egypt in the final. But Asamoah Gyan, that was his 3rd goal of the African Cup of Nations tournament, and it was quite a milestone for him. After the game, he talked about how people underestimated them and was happy that they had proven them all wrong. Kojo Asamoah in that number 10 role in the African Cup of Nations was amazing. This is moment number 2. And number 1 for me has to be that moment at Wembley Stadium in 2011, March 29th. Ghana were playing in a friendly after a successful World Cup in 2010. Asamoah Gyan earning a move to England to play for Sunderland. He went on to play for Al Ain a few months later. In that game, he went to England, Wembley, where we played the England national team. After England had taken the lead, the Black Stars, although playing really well, failed to find the back of the net. But Baby Jet Asamoah Gyan had the last say. A long ball into the area by Jonathan Mensah found the Ghanaian in space. A quick one to ricochet off the England defenders, and he found a way past Julian Lescott and co. Dribbled past them and shot into the back of the net. It was a beautiful goal by the Ghanaian captain, Baby Jet Asamoah Gyan. I really remember that moment very, very clearly. 2011, March 29. So that has been it for today. Looking at the top 5 moments of Asamoah Gyan's career, in my opinion, in a Ghana Black Stars shirt. Which moments do you remember really well? Let me know your thoughts in the comments box. And are there any moments you would have thought I should have included in these top 5? Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments box. I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy your day.